Hi, my name is Otis Mehmed. I'm the director of the Student Center at Central Connecticut State University, and I want to show you how to schedule an event for Community Central through our today.ccsu.edu VirtualEMS website. So if you remember that URL, and it's listed up here, today.ccsu.edu/virtualems, you'll be brought to this website. You already have an account, and so if you click on the login drop down, put in the email address that you supplied us and the password that you supplied us, you'll be able to log in. If you've forgotten your password and you need to email to you can just click on that link down at the bottom, but I'm going to click login and it opens up the page. You'll see the number of drop downs multiplies because we are now logged in and we have some additional privileges that we can make use of. In this particular case, I'm authorized to book in multiple locations. You may only see authorized to request events for Community Central on your screen. Click on that to schedule an event. Now, we don't do any conflict checking for Community Central events, so we can choose pretty much any date and any time. I'm going to choose January 14th. I'm going to point out that there's a little red ring around the date, the 14th. Maybe you can't see it on your screen, but it's there. And you'll notice that it pops up first day classes. So any kind of holidays, for example, Martin Luther King a week later, show up. And that particular day we're closed, but on the 14th, first day classes, we're open. So we're going to click the 14th, and it pops that in there and automatically puts in a 9 to 5 time, but you can choose any other time that you want. Let's say your event is from 11 to 1:30 p.m. You can put those times in there, and we can just say find me a space. And you'll notice here that I have multiple privileges. Again, we don't conflict check any of these things, so if you have something scheduled at South Church, a choral group, for example, is going to be singing at South Church as a part of a Community Central activity, you could choose South Church, but you should do that understanding that people are going to be looking at this in a public sort of way, and so make sure that you've got the authority and the privilege to be able to schedule that. We're assuming that you have the privilege to schedule for Community Central, so we click on that little green plus sign. It puts it up in our list of locations with the time. You'll notice that in this particular case it's our first day classes, and we click continue. Now we're going to add details. I would highly recommend that you choose carefully what the event name is. Make sure that you put your organization, what the event is about. Try to make it as splashy as possible. I would not put meeting as the only part of the event name, but it might be a Community Central airbrush team meeting, for example. Very descriptive so that they know what the event is at that particular time. The event type automatically puts exhibit, symposium, demo. So for example, if you were doing an airbrush demo, this would be the appropriate event type. But if you look, you can schedule different things. So for this particular case, we're just going to schedule a meeting, so you can click on meeting and put it in there. As the client, I have access to multiple clients. You may only see continuing education and community engagement. You would choose that as the client. Peggy Schuberth is the default person for that, but for example, let's say you're Hannah. You would click on Hannah and her information would be placed into this automatically. You could add your fax number if you wanted to. Attach file allows you to put, let's say, a Word document with maybe some descriptive information we might be able to add for an advertisement along with your event. And we ask, what's the nature of your event? In this particular case, it's a meeting. It could be a meeting for volunteers. You could put that information there. It's just to kind of give us a general sense of what the event is about. You'll notice here that there's billing information. There is no billing associated with this particular event. Sometimes that there are room rental fees, but in this particular case there isn't any. You can then click on the submit button, and once you do that, within 24 hours during a weekday, we'll respond back to you with a confirmation that you have the event scheduled. And in this particular case, of course, we don't do any conflict checking, so we assume that as a community central person that you are coordinating that outside of the realm of our system. And this will post the information on our today.ccsu.edu website, and we'll also potentially have some of this information posted on the pipeline. So this is a great way to get your event advertised and scheduled at the same time to show up on the calendar. Good luck, have fun. Again, my name is Otis Mehmet. I'm the director of the Student Center at Central Connecticut State University. If questions, call me at 860-832-1964.